Today, December 8th, 2025 marks what Charles Hoskinson is calling the single biggest event in the history of Cardano. But here's the thing. This isn't just a Cardano story at all. Over the past few months, 8 million wallets across Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and 4 other chains claimed a piece of the largest airdrop in crypto history, 4.5 billion Night tokens. And starting December 10th at midnight UTC, those tokens start unlocking. And now they'll hit exchanges, Kraken, OKX, Bitpanda. For the first time ever, a Cardano native asset secured tier 1 exchange listings at launch. But here's what I need you to understand, because this goes way beyond a token launch. Midnight is positioning itself as the privacy and identity layer of all of crypto, not just Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. The roadmap has direct integrations with all of them and a model where you pay fees in your native token, not theirs. If this works, it changes how privacy functions across the entire industry. So today I'm breaking down exactly what Midnight is, how the technology actually works, what the 2026 roadmap looks like, and why this matters whether you hold ADA or not. Let's get into it. And quick note for the CCV community, our crypto capital venture stake pools are going to be part of this process when SPOs come online in 2026. So keep an eye out. I will be making announcements as we get closer to that time. Let me catch you up on the sequence of events here because this has moved pretty fast most recently. On November 17th, Charles Hoskinson announced at the Midnight Summit that Night distribution, exchange listings, and trading would all begin on December 8th. Fanians posted it immediately. Here's the headline. Midnight's Night token is launching on December 8th. On this date, the token will begin distribution, get listed on exchanges, and trading liquidity will be added. Then on November 24th, the full 24 billion Night supply was minted on Cardano blockchain for just 0.8 ADA. And then on December 4th, just 4 days ago, the Midnight Foundation made it official. Night is now live on Cardano as a native asset, kicking off the countdown to redemptions for over 4.5 billion tokens. So now that brings us to today, December 8th. Distribution hits exchanges, and in 48 hours, redemptions begin. Let's talk about the scale here because the numbers are genuinely unprecedented. The Glacier Drop airdrop targeted 34 million wallet addresses across 8 different blockchain ecosystems. The snapshot was taken on June 11, 2025, and you needed at least $100 in self-custody to qualify. And here's the allocation breakdown. 50% to Cardano holders, 20% to Bitcoin holders, and 30% split across Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Avalanche, BNB, and BAT. Between August 5th and October 20th, over 170,000 wallets claimed 3.5 billion Night through the Glacier Drop portal. Then came the Scavenger Mine, a 21-day computational challenge that only required a standard CPU. That phase attracted 8 million unique wallet addresses, claiming an additional 1 billion Night. Total claimed 4.5 billion Night tokens, roughly 19% of the 24 billion total supply. Now here's the critical detail on how redemptions work, because they're not dumping 4.5 billion tokens on the market all at once. They're calling it a thaw mechanism. Tokens unlock in 4 equal installments, 25% each, released every 90 days over a 360-day period. From Midnight's official blog, if you get a day 1 schedule, you unlock 25% on day 1, then again on days 91, 181, and 271. If you get a day 90 schedule, you unlock 25% on day 90, then again on days 180, 270, and 360. And here's the key. Each wallet gets a randomized first unlock date between December 10th and early March 2026. So there's no single day where everyone can sell all at once. Okay, so let's get into the technology here because this is where things get kind of interesting for the broader crypto audience. Midnight uses zero knowledge proofs, specifically ZK Snarks built on the Halo 2 proving system. If you're not familiar, here's the simple version. Zero knowledge proofs let you prove something is true without revealing the underlying data. The classic example, proving your age without showing your actual birth date, address, or ID number. You just prove the fact, nothing else. For Midnight's technical documentation, ZK Snarks are non-interactive arguments of knowledge. They allow a prover to demonstrate the truth of a statement without the need for ongoing back and forth interaction. But here's what makes Midnight different from other privacy solutions. It's not all or nothing. It's programmable selective disclosure, meaning applications decide what data to reveal, when, and to whom. Ami Syed, president of the Midnight Foundation, explained it this way. At some point, people believe anonymity is privacy. It is not. This matters because pure anonymity coins are getting delisted everywhere. Monero faced 6 times more delistings in 2024 than the year before. OKX dropped Monero and Zcash. Kraken delisted for EU users. Dubai outlawed privacy coins entirely. Midnight's bet is that selective disclosure, privacy with compliance capabilities, is the only version that survives regulation. The tokenomics here are worth understanding because they're different from most projects. Midnight has 2 tokens. Night, 24 billion total supply. This is the governance token. It's public, unshielded, and generates dust passively over time. Dust, this is the gas token that actually powers transactions. But here's the twist. Dust is non-transferable. You can't buy it. You can't sell it. It just regenerates over time based on how much Night you hold. Bob Blessing-Hartley, CTO of Shielded Technologies, explained it at the Midnight Summit. You can take the Night that you claim and use that to fuel your dApps so that nobody ever has to pay for a transaction on Midnight to use your application. This eliminates gas wars. If you're a developer, you know how brutal Ethereum gas spikes can be. On Midnight, transaction costs are predictable, regardless of market volatility. All right, this is the section for everyone who doesn't hold ADA and is wondering why any of this matters to them. Midnight is explicitly positioning itself as privacy layer for multiple chains, not a Cardano-only play. At Consensus 2025, Hoskinson announced direct integrations with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. He framed it as cooperative economies. We're here to make your life easier and allow you to do new things your network doesn't do, and you can pay in that network's token. So if you're an Ethereum user, you could potentially use Midnight's privacy features and pay fees in ETH. Same for Bitcoin, Solana, XRP. That's the vision, at least. The cross-chain bridges are slated for Phase 4 in Q3 2026. One of the things that separates Midnight from typical crypto projects is the enterprise traction. Google Cloud announced in September 2025 that it would operate as a validator for Midnight. Startups building on Midnight can apply for up to $200,000 in Google Cloud credits. Richard Woodman, head of Web3 strategy at Google Cloud. The future of enterprise applications requires both transparency and privacy. By providing scalable infrastructure, we're enabling developers to experiment with innovative zero-knowledge frameworks. There's also a partnership with Oxbridge Re, a NASDAQ-listed reinsurance company for tokenized securities. And Fahmi Syed revealed active healthcare deployments. A healthcare company in Turkey with 3 million patients is currently working with us to explore how they can leverage blockchain infrastructure to generate proofs of their patients' medical histories. Now we're in conversations with a large hospital in California that's looking to use Midnight for cross-clinical trials. This is the use case that privacy coins never cracked. Regulated industries that need privacy, but also need compliance. Let me walk you through what's coming over the next year. Phase 1, high-low, Q4 2025. That's what's happening right now. Night token distribution, exchange listings, redemption, portal goes live. Phase 2, Kukalu, Q1 2026. The federated mainnet launches. Hoskinson mentioned a Fortune 500 company will be running nodes alongside IOG. Phase 3, Ohalu, Q2 2026. Stake pool operators come online. The Dust Capacity Exchange activates. They're targeting around 5,000 transactions per second. Phase 4, Hua, Q3 2026. Full decentralized mainnet. Cross-chain bridges to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP go live. Few things to keep an eye on as this plays out. Redemption dynamics. The thaw mechanism is designed to prevent a crash, but we're still talking about 4.5 billion tokens unlocking over the next year. Watch how the market absorbs that. Q1 2026, that's when we'll see if the tech actually performs at scale. Testnet is one thing. Mainnet with real money, that's another. The EU's MiCA regulations are being finalized, and there's language about crypto accounts that allow anonymization. Midnight's selective disclosure model is designed to be compliant, but regulators haven't officially weighed in yet. Cross-chain delivery. The Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP integrations are scheduled for Q3 2026. That's the real test of whether this becomes a multi-chain privacy layer or stays Cardano-centric. Look, whether you're bullish on this or just watching from the sidelines, what's happening today is significant. 8 million wallets across 8 different chains participated in this airdrop. That's cross-chain engagement at a scale we haven't really seen before. If Midnight delivers on the roadmap privacy infrastructure that works across Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and more, with compliance baked in, it could change how this entire industry thinks about data protection. Now that's just an if. As of right now, we will wait and see. But today, December 8th, 2025, is when we start finding out. I'll be watching closely. You should too. And if you found this breakdown helpful or valuable in any way, please consider subscribing and giving this video a like, resharing it. I really appreciate all of your support. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.